welcome back. And the Master Gardener is here. I say Master, Mistress Gardener.
Oh, okay, I'll take the title.
That's right. I just gave you a new brand, Mistress
I
Gardener.
need a name tag now.
Kelly Highbredder is here, and we're so lucky because she is so good at her. She's a meteorologist and she's a master gardener. And what I want to talk about today is the container gardening, because I think it's a hidden gem that you know how to do, and I want to do better.
Well, and especially as we get into summer, we're looking at parties. You've got graduation parties coming up, or maybe just Mother's Day gifts or fun gifts to give to someone. Container gardening is a great thing because anyone can be a master gardener because you don't need a whole lot of space.
That's the thing. It's a great space, and you can move it around. So,
Yep.
what did you bring for us today?
Well,
Do
here's
I
our
wanna
large
do this?
container. Yeah, we'll start with that. And there's three things that you always need
Okay.
to think about when you're talking about
Continue,
a
Kelly.
container.
Does this pot make my butt look big?
Not at all.
Okay.
Well, we want to do there are three big elements to any container, and so we're just going to show you three of them. You need a pillar,
A pillar.
a filler,
A filler.
and a spiller. Isn't that fun? Okay.
I can remember that. A
So
pillar,
a pillar
and
is something that's going to stand up straight, and so that's what we're showing you in this case.
is the
It's a
pillar.
small little spruce, and we're putting this right in the middle, and this will give me the height for this particular container. Now, the other thing we want to do is plants that fill in the middle. Okay.
Okay, so our fillers.
Right, and that will be, I'm going to give you this New Guinea impatient, and you can stick that right in here, right in the side.
Okay.
And really, we want to do this in odd numbers, so numbers of threes.
That's a
or
really good
fives.
tip. Someone told me once too. 3, 5, 7.
Right. And really, it's a design factor. It just makes it the whole
It's a rule of
element.
3 in your house too. You know,
Correct.
wherever
yeah.
you're doing
Just
stuff
so
like
it looks nice and designed. Now,
Okay.
as you can see already, we've kind of got this started to fill in the middle. And as this New Guinea impatiens starts to fill in and the spruce grows up a little bit, you'll just see nice, hot, red, pinkish color.
Okay.
And now we're going to use the spiller. And just so that this matches well, we're going to use this lime green Goldilocks trailer. And all we're going to do is just tuck those in the holes that you see right there, like this.
Okay.
And Rebecca, you kind of want to point it out so the plant will actually be pointing out of the container
How
itself.
do you not overfill? That is my problem.
As you know, right now I haven't added any potting soil yet. Right now
You
we
don't put the soil in
Not yet.
first.
What we're
Okay.
doing is just putting the plants and the root balls in first.
So you know how much you're going to
Yeah,
need. That's a good
exactly.
tip. Really good tip.
And as always, in the bottom of this container, it's one of those lighter containers so that I can actually move it around a little bit. But
Okay.
truly, down here to the half of it, it's already filled with something like newspaper or you're packing peanuts, something lighter so that you can actually move this whole container
Okay.
around. So
Okay.
we're not done yet, though. We have a few more of these spillers that we can put in
Put
on
another
edges.
spiller in there.
Now, we've used color combinations that I think you should make that are simple. Really only stick with 2 or maybe 3 colors tops. And right now we've kind of gone with the regular darker green, the really lush green foliage, the hot pink
Okay.
color in the flower, and this Goldilocks will turn almost bright yellow. It
will.
will turn gold as it
Okay.
starts to flow over the sides. So another accent color you could also do, take one of these. This is that dark plum potato
Okay.
vine. These are pretty too, and you know what? Stick those right beside the other spiller, so you'll have 2 colors.
spillers.
I'm getting everything all dirty. This is fun, isn't it?
That's
Are
right.
you having fun?
I am having fun. We were saying you instead of hungry girl, you could be dirty girl or Mistress Gardener, and
Okay.
that I will not charge for you. But that's your new brand, Missy.
Thank you. Well, so after this step right here, Rebecca, what we do is we pack everything down nicely. We'll get a little bit of potting soil. We'll tuck it in tight. And, of course, we want to water it. Now, this container does have a hole in the bottom.
Okay.
And
I'm
if,
gonna move it over though
Great.
because you have something to show me, and I want to see that.
and it's really important to make sure you have drainage in your pot because your
That
container
will kill
garden
it.
can die quickly.
So is there drainage at the bottom of this?
Correct. And there's a
Okay.
hole there. And so
Okay.
I would make sure, another good rule when you're talking about watering your containers is you water it enough so that you actually see it drain out the bottom and then stop.
You know that it's gone.
It's gone all the way through. And then when you water again, you'll want to touch the top. You don't want to just touch it with your fingertips. You really want to stick your finger down to your first knuckle
You
into
are a
the soil.
human dipstick.
Because if it's deep enough, then that, like it's 3 or 4 inches deep and it's still moist, then you don't need to water it yet.
Do you remember in Dukes of Hazzard? You dipstick. You're such a dipstick.
Now, this is something really fun. I wanted to show you this because now
I love this. Okay.
I never buy containers anymore without something like this. This is what I call our deck irrigation system, and they come in simple packs at your favorite home and garden center. And even some of the greenhouses, the larger greenhouses like Four Star Nursery Greenhouse in Carleton, Michigan, that grows proven winners, created their own as well. You get the tubing, you get all the little stakes, and you even get specific nozzles so it'll mist each one of your containers. So basically,
these go in.
you would take your tubing and it would string from one container to the next, and at each end you will click in these little nozzles. They hook right into this irrigation system. It's so simple, we could do it in a couple of seconds. But
Okay,
it's,
but that's
really easy.
a little bit of a picture
Right.
there.
And they
just
also
to
have them
see.
in brown colors and other colors that'll match your decking so that you can hide it a little bit.
Okay, I was just going to say matching the decking is a big thing for me. I love that.
One other real quick thing I want to tell everybody, because it's a concern for everybody that's thinking of container gardening, is something like this. This is very common. Do you know what this is?
Impatiens.
These are our impatiens. Everybody loves impatiens in our gardens, but right now we're having a little problem with impatient itself. There's something called downy mildew that's attacking our impatiens. So many people are having, these are dying on them quickly as soon as you buy
And
them.
you spend the money. That
You spend
is
the money,
really
and this is
frustrating.
such a common flower
Everybody
in our
has it.
containers and of course in our gardens. I wanted to give everyone another alternative. The one that we were planting today, the New Guinea impatient,
Guinea is a better plan right
it will
now.
not get the downy mildew. So there are so many other types of annual plants that you can pick.
We sort of
try
get
not to pick
in
this
a
one.
rut with those impatiens.
Yeah.
Okay, so the New Guinea is the way to go this season.
Yes.
So then I had a question about, we were talking, I sometimes overplant. Tell me real quick, I can plant my tomatoes in a container.
Absolutely, but again, if you take a container like this, I would only plant one plant in it. You'd think that doesn't look very big now, but that plant's going to expand to 3 times the size of the small pot you put it in. So make sure right away as you put your tomato plant in this container, put a trellis along with it because it's going to start growing
Grow up.
up and out.
Okay.
And make sure you keep that watered often. You'll definitely want to stick it in with one of these kind of irrigation systems and put a timer on that on your hose, on your outside spigot,
And
so
it's
that you
always
don't even
going.
have to worry about when it's going to be just being watered.
All right, thank you, Master Gardener, Mistress Gardener, Kelly Highbredder. We're going to have links on fullplate.tv to all of your columns. She's a columnist on this, and to our furniture, and to our kitchenware, and all that stuff. Again, fullplate.tv. Thanks for watching. I love that.
Yeah,
It looks
I think
pretty
the
good.
color combo is pretty good.
Yeah,
I was looking for like
I
a
love
hot pink with a-
seriously.